So we'll start with inside sales real quick before I get into that. Can everybody in the just pop in the chat real quick where you're at in your solar process right now? Are you currently selling solar? Are you hoping to sell solar in the next 30 days? Have you tried to sell solar and it didn't work? Just so I can see kind of everybody's experience level and non-existent later this year. All right. What else we got? John and Chase and Petroli Roofing. Are you guys selling? Do a lot of detach and resets, iPhone. I'm not sure who that is, but thanks for chiming in. None. Okay. Ryan. Okay, awesome. Cool, Ryan. And then John been selling for 3 months. Okay. And then John, are you guys selling all purchases? Or are you guys doing any selling roof insurance claims? Okay. Are you guys doing any leases or is it all finance deals? Like purchases?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. So we are switching driver seats. So we're actually selling solar through leads and our ground team door knocking. So we've had quite a bit of success. We've got an infrastructure, a system, and basic foundation on selling solar. I've been in sales.
All right, we just lost you, but it sounds like you guys are already selling solar for a good little while. So sounds good. Looks like you got some bad service. So okay.
Or we're purchasing qualified leads, also doing telemarketing, also doing appointment setting, plus door knocking.
Okay, awesome, cool. Yeah, and then you came back on. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. So let's talk first Mark's topic, and then I'll get into some solar leasing information and kind of talk to you guys about that, because that is for me something that is a new offering that we are starting to offer, and just something that we see a lot of benefit in for certain customers. All right. So inside sales. So how our Adam and my system train on selling solar is presenting it after the roof has been secured. In a retail model, it's after they've signed the contract. What I've had a lot of success with, and I'll talk about this more in detail in a minute, is we have a customer success manager, in quotes, that calls every final deal. Now, in reality, it's just I have 6 sales guys. So if Bob sells a job, then Steve does the customer success call. If Steve sells a job, then maybe Jim does the customer success call. So what we do is, and this is, most of my deals are retail. If it's insurance, we do approach it a little bit differently because I think the opportunity is really unique there. But on retail, probably about 50 to 60% of my retail deals are financed. And so if it's a finance deal, then we have the customer success manager call, and he almost acts as like a finance manager. Like, he wants to go over the terms, he goes over the interest rate, he goes over the monthly payment, and he basically just goes over the contract. And so it's like, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm looking right here. It looks like you got, the Owens Corning Oak Ridge. You went ahead and opted for the upgraded peel and stick underlayment. We have that on a 15-year term at $899 for $232 a month. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And I'm sure that the sales rep also went over ways that you could potentially lower that interest rate and lower that monthly payment. Is that correct? They go, huh? No. No, how could I do that? Oh, okay. And so we don't, that first question is about lowering their interest rate and lowering their monthly payment if it's a finance deal. Not did they talk to you about solar? Because once you say, hey, how can I lower my interest? How can I lower my monthly payment? They lean in super, super hard. Like, they're like, I'm all in, like, I'm all ears. Versus if I just say, hey, did they talk to you about solar? I'm not interested in solar, because whatever misconception they may have. So by tying it to something that they're interested in, right? If you go buy a house and I told you I can lower your interest rate, are you ever going to say I'm not interested? Obviously there's devil in the details, but I'm going to be interested. And so that is a very important difference in how you frame that initial pitch. All right. So again, this is a retail finance deal. So like we do a 15-year 899 on our roof, our retail roof deals. And then my solar is a 20-year 799. So I'm dropping them an interest rate. I'm extending their term 5 years. And so their monthly usually drops on the roof itself, down $50 or so. So be prepared with that number. So it would be, hey, did he go over the way you could drop your interest rate and lower your monthly payment? No. Okay. Yeah. So we do have a program where your interest rate would drop another point and your monthly payment would now be this. So let's say they were going to be at 200 for the roof. Then we, hey, are you interested in this? They say yes. And then we say, okay, your interest rate would then be 799 and your monthly payment would be $150 a month instead of $200 a month. Okay. And they go, all right. And then we say, then that's when we talk about, and then, yeah, how you do that and why so many homeowners do it this way is for that exact reason. What they do is they partner the roof and the solar all into one package. All right. Is that something you've ever considered? Now, notice what I just said right there. Is that something you've ever considered? Not is that something you're interested in? Big difference in that, right? I've considered a lot of things. I'm not interested in a lot of things. But I've considered a lot of things. And so if I ask, have you ever considered it? I'm not asking right now if you're interested. If I ask you, hey, are you interested in that? And you say no, that shuts down the conversation, right? If I ask you, have you considered it? And you say no, okay, well, let me give you some more information so you can consider it. If I ask you, have you ever considered it? And you say, yes, I've considered it. Okay, well then why didn't you do it? Now we're either whether you say yes or no, I can continue the conversation. But if I ask you, are you interested in it? And you say no, that instantly shuts it down. And then, because then after that, if you say no, and I'm like, well, but you're going to say this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. You've already told me no. And now I'm annoying, right? Now, if I told you I'm not interested and you keep talking to me, that's like, get out of my face, man. Like I told you, I'm not interested. But if I just ask, have you ever considered it? And you say no, oh, that's probably because you didn't have enough information. Or, oh, that's because you just haven't ever, looked at it. So why don't we just do a quick 10, 15 minutes and look at, how it could possibly work. All right. So that's the next phase of it. That's the next phase of it is after the consider is then, okay, then let's do a quick 10 to 15 minute call to just go over how it works. All right. So, and this is retail finance deals. I'll go through each kind of component of these. And then we'll talk about leases right after that. All right. So the retail deal, that's financed as well. All right. They would have a monthly payment already with it. They would have already, signed the contract. And then you have a different person, a customer success manager, or in other companies, like when I used to work at a solar company, they called it the finance manager. But whatever you want it is, but they sign on Monday. Okay, great. Next step, I'm going to set you up with a customer success manager, for Tuesday. And again, you don't need a special person for that. I have 5 sales reps. If Bob sells, one roof, then Steve is the customer success manager today. Tomorrow, Steve sells a roof. Okay, Bob is now the new customer success manager. It's just a side sale to the person. And maybe in your guys' model, it has to be, if you're so fractionalized with your sales reps that they don't kind of work as a team like mine does, maybe they have to do the second call themselves. And that makes it a little bit trickier. But what I've found is most of our reps put up similar numbers, and we figured out a commission structure where the guy that does the side sale gets it, but the person that did the original sale still gets a little piece of the solar action as well. And everybody just kind of picks up each other's solar offers.